all complexities of the ego, and what you discover if you find yourself mesmerized with seeming allegations of corruption and compromised leadership is that the more you engage, the less the content that appears to emerge actually leads to resolution. Ask yourself, are you following leads or being led? Because the ego loves to study itself. That is why oversimplified afternoon detective drama is so addictive. It gives a false sense of cleverness and completion with the revelation of whodunit neatly squared away and filed under solved. This offers some relaxation for a mind that naturally craves to be in solution, to be at rest. But like all addictions, the fix is temporary, and instead of mitigating the disquiet in the mind, it minimizes and maintains it. I'm not for a moment condemning your favorite light relief. I'm merely inviting the inquisitive mind that we all share to investigate avenues that will ultimately be rewarding and serve you. All the roadways of the world lead to death. It's nearly impossible to find a show streaming now that doesn't rely on this murder trope. Yet beyond lazy programming and media sedation, it is important to ask, have we fallen into the ego's seek and do not find mode? We've been told curiosity killed the cat, and whether we like debating, whether it's Schrodinger's box that it's in or searching to see if it's already been buried in the back garden, what matters is that our curiosity is only satiated with pursuit, with more and more digging. But if it becomes the pursuing, the seeking and the striving that we crave, and not the finding of an ultimate answer that satisfies eternally, then we are under the guidance of the ego. In my experience, the truth hides in plain sight and is not covered up by maniacal means, but by our own denial of shame and self-blame, which deflects into storylines of crime and punishment. There are no guardians at the gate of your own understanding. Only tricksters selling wares of distraction and postponement with a claim that pomp and ceremony will prove you are not guilty. We are looking to be vindicated in the streets, and so the holy show continues. All the while, the spirit sings, alive, awake, and aware of every opportunity you have to gladden yourself. The gate is narrow, yet open. It sits plainly without any adornment, sparkling in the truth, should you have the eyes to see it. Looking to find guilt is a game of disempowerment. It is further self-delusion to pursue your persecutors if you have not yet found their hold on you. For it is this grip, this easy handle, by which you become attracted and attached, time and time again, to that which does not serve you, that needs to be questioned. There is no need to repeat life's lessons unless you are insufficiently interested in finding out your part in the entire play. Without shame and blame, we are invited to become curious about why we do the things we do and why we repeat the same patterns. Beyond the other fluctuating figures involved, we are the common element. Our identity and our preservation of it maintains the world that swirls around it. The scenery must match the scene you keep replaying in order to maintain a storyline with which you are familiar. Otherwise, the sheer contradiction will pop you out of the delusion because it is incongruent with everything you believe you have known and understood. If the scene does not match the scenery, the result is disorientation. So to keep up our membership of this insane club, we must pursue a common enemy. To keep the narrative steady, we must draw conclusions and continue to be enthralled. This world is an attribution of guilt, maintained by our plausible deniability. Well, if outrage has harnessed all your energy, you have stopped short of the real revelation. The only true recognition that is needed is, I am doing this to myself. In saying that, it is still not your fault, yet it is your responsibility to accept the correction. And what is this correction? If it is not a rap across the knuckles, it is the recognition of your own innate innocence. a state of mind that defies the tall tales that are being told and transcends personhood entirely. Look, you have a perceptual problem. You are literally not seeing anything as it is in reality, only perceiving in a way that supports your already entrenched worldview. Even if that perspective appears to be one of being a loving, forgiving person in a world, secretly you are defending tooth and nail to prove you are not that. And so, a world of duality generates to demonstrate your desire to be different to that. And because your questioning stopped short, the reflection continues to feed your seeming forgiveness opportunities that are really judgments. In embracing these deeply felt convictions as true, you simultaneously condemn yourself. This is forgiveness to destroy. All are innocent, or none are, because it is one tableau, one reflection of a dual state of mind, guilty or not guilty. Only the singular choice of innocence for all can reflect an experience of peace of mind. We are devoted to consternation and secretly fear the boredom that may ensue if peace prevails. And so we medicate ourselves with morose musings and insidious investigation that reveals nothing about us, except that we are already bored with the world we made and dying of shame and embarrassment at the slightest suspicion of our own involvement. Because we expect retribution. We expect our own judgment. When all that lies in store, once we have the courage to look, is welcome. The prodigal child is celebrated and shown that their inheritance still awaits, that nothing of their adventures in time and space could mar the truth of their innocence. We are beloved and belong to the kingdom. No one is excluded as we are celebrated. Now we can be glad that we allowed our inquiry, our hunger for the truth, to question everything, our sense even of personal identity. We can be relieved and happy to discover that our desire for solution, correctly harnessed, can lead us home, instead of using it to abandon ourselves to the insatiable curiosity and novelty of a starving world that seeks fulfillment through personal resolution of problems. Disillusionment with the way things seem to be can disengage the personal observer because we begin to notice we do not like how we feel. We do not like to feel powerless and afraid. It is a poor trade-off for justifying anger. Our innate perfection holds the answer as we shift in identity to the one watching. To really question everything, you must first accept you have a perceptual problem, not a personal one. A perceptual problem. Now focus your holy mind on that.